fight last night or what?
No way, man. No way. I can't have half of this prettiness.
I like your Home Alone shirt, Goose.
Is that what it says?
I saw the battle plan, and then I deduced from there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fire.
No, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I'm not crazy for actually saying out loud several times that Naughty Dog's next game is going to be in space. And so I'm like, so many things I got to write down. I wish I'd have been like you, Hambone. I wish I'd have been taking notes, because now I got to go back and I just got to write down all these games, their names and stuff, and see when they're coming out. Looks like next year is going to be a busy gaming year again.
Yeah, I took some notes. I tried to mark down all the game. I kind of skipped a lot of like the commercials and stuff, but all the announcements and winners, aside from like the esports stuff, I wrote down.
I tried to write down all the games I was interested in along with their release dates. And looking at this list, there were only 3 release dates announced.
There were not a lot of release dates. A lot of windows, but not a lot of specific dates.
That's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good. That way they don't announce a release date and then miss it and delay and not hit it. I'd rather them not even give a release date, you know?
Just shadow drop everything today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, coming out tomorrow.
So Jesse dropped a note, or dropped all of the took notes on everything because it wasn't leaving tonight like I thought it was. So I just shared the show notes with you guys so you could see the list in case you didn't get it. Of all the winners. We also put together a summary of all the Nintendo things underneath the winners and the announcements. So, but everybody, we are live. It says "one moment please" on our channels, and they can hear me talking, they can't hear you talking. But before we talk anymore, let me get this show on the road with our intro. So hang tight, guys.
Okay.
I don't have the fancy tools that Jesse has, but this is the Nintendo Dads episode 507 on 12/12/24. And why is it on 12/12/2024? It so happens to be the same day we had the Game Awards. So here I have some friends from the Nintendo Dads community that joined me to talk about the awards show that just ended this evening. And we're going to get started. It's going to be a non-traditional show because we're not going in any kind of order. We don't have any news to talk about. The only news we have to talk about is the award show. So with that, let's go down the list and see who is here and who is going to be popping in. Anybody could be popping in at any moment to talk about the Game Awards. But who do we have here right now? Let's start with BobCoozy. How's it going, Bob?
Hi. I don't know that I've ever been better. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for coming on and hanging out here.
Absolutely, anytime. I'm so excited.
Awesome. And Hambone Jonny, or Bone Jonny, as Sammy likes to call you.
Bone Jonny, here I am. What's up, guys? Glad to be here.
What's going on?
Ready to chat some Game Awards.
That's right. I got all you guys here to talk some Game Awards, and we don't have any Justins, no Martys, no Jessies. No overwhelming Nintendo talk, because there is no Nintendo talk about the Game Awards. So it's just about what we like about games here, right? So, Hootz, it's good to see you, man.
Always looking for an excuse to stay up past my bedtime on a school night.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And Solo, how's it going, man?
That's going good. Definitely. Glad to be here. And I think I'm looking at everybody. I think I've been on camera with everybody except for one. I haven't been on camera with like Kevin. And so this is my first time. So yeah, this is a red letter day. Finally made it on the camera with him.
Mark it off your bucket list, right?
Yeah, he's up there to me, so right there. So yeah,
we just need 3 more, and we'll have a Brady Bunch going. So
there you go. Yeah.
And Vic, last but not least, we got Vic. How's it going, Vic?
It's going good. How is everyone feeling?
Feeling pretty good after watching that long Game Awards show.
Yeah, feeling good.
Energized.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Well, with all the introductions out of the way, we can jump right into what we got going on with the highs and the lows and the surprises and disappointments from the Game Awards show, the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards show. How do you guys feel about that? Was that at all top of mind for you guys going into the show, that this was the 10th anniversary, or was it like, oh, Jeff said
I
it
had
was
no
10.
idea until until Jeff just said, that's his name, right, Jeff? Yeah, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeff.
Yeah.
he came on and was like,
Jof.
yeah, it's the 10th anniversary. I was like, wow, this thing's been going on for 10 years.
Right?
I feel like it's been like 4.
Yeah.
So I was way behind the times.
I thought it was
I
like
thought it
20.
came after COVID. Yeah, so I thought 2020 when they started it. So I was like, well, I haven't been keeping up with it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, anytime you hear like a big number like that, like 5, 10, or whatever, I'm like, all right, well, expectations are now raised to 10th
That's
anniversary.
right.
It's got,
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
bring the fire here.
That's it.
Yep. Did you guys watch any of the Game Awards shows before this, like the Spike TV Game Awards and all that kind of stuff?
No, I didn't.
I only caught the pre-show
Okay.
show. That's about it.
Got it.
Yeah, not too much here and there. I'd say the last like 4 years or so, I've really sat down to watch the formal Game Awards.
Nice. Now,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember really getting into it back in like 2017,
Okay.
back when Breath of the Wild won.
Nice.
But I think I've always watched him. I haven't seen anything prior to that though. No Spike TV awards or anything.
Okay. Nice. And Mecca's joined in. Hey, Mecca, how's it going?
Hi, can you hear me?
Kind of hear you. Mecca is very famous for all the questions he gives us every week on the Nintendo Dads, and now he's here to join an episode, a very special episode, to talk about the Game Awards. So now you don't have to ask me questions; you can just talk about stuff.
Rapid fire. Press 'em.
Sorry, I just got home. Game Awards, yes. Who won Game Awards?
Oh, Mecca, you're awesome. I love it. I shared the notes in the chat we got there. If you want to click on the Google Doc, you should be able to take a look and see the list of winners in case you missed anything, because I know we're all busy people, and I think you were on the road. So
yeah, it was.
you were on your way home. Yeah. So take a look at that. We'll be talking through that. In the meantime, again, you guys are all members of the community, so it's pretty awesome that you guys showed up. Thank you very much. So let's
welcome.
dive
Thank you for
right
having
in.
us.
Yeah, let's dive right in.
No worries. I already saw the chats from War 64, so I know what games that these were announced anyway.
Yep. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. Does from the Nintendo side, anybody surprised the limited amount of information or announcements or anything in regards to Nintendo that we got this evening?
No, they've never really had a really strong presence at the Game Awards, at least for the past 4 years that I assumed they were going on. I don't know about the previous 6 years, but the last 4, like not a lot. Zelda, some, but that's been it. You know, Breath of the Wild and Tears, but that's been it. So I didn't expect much out of them. They haven't been there in the past, so no big surprise there for me.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything Nintendo first party at all from here. You know, maybe a couple games where that'll show up on the Switch, but I wasn't expecting Nintendo proper to be there.
Right.
Was
Yeah,
it
I
year
expected to see like the
before?
last of the ports is all I was expecting to see. Like maybe like a little like commercial reel of it.
They've been.
Yeah,
I
what-
mean,
Anything to do with like Reggie? Because I heard on Spawn Wave or like when Reggie was down, was it easier for them to be in the Game Awards? But now he's gone. Maybe that has to do something with it. To not evolve with the Game Awards or something.
Possibly. Vic, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, I was just wondering, was it the year before last that Metroid Dread won big in that year? Or was it the year before that? Because I think that's probably the one time that, well, in recent, few years that Nintendo has really had some traction at the Game Awards, I feel like.
Well, they always get traction with the Zelda games, as you guys mentioned
True,
before.
true.
And then,
But not this year, though.
no, not that Zelda game, unfortunately. I thought it would win something, especially with its, playing as
Yeah.
Zelda. But
Yeah, same.
Astrobot took it,
Hey,
took it all.
we got that commercial.
Yes, we
I
did.
just saw Astro
Yeah.
Boy 1.
Uh,
A little montage on the Switch there, kind of
Yes.
midway through as well. So
We did get a few
all right.
announcements of things that would be playing on the Nintendo console, which was Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound, Dave the Diver in the Jungle, Shadow Labyrinth. That's that Pac-Man game I think you guys were talking about. We'll talk about that in a minute. Warframe 1999 and Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So those
Which-
were all things
that was funny.
the splash page
Right.
Yeah.
for Sonic Racing. Yeah.
Jeff Keighley like actually laughed at that one. It looked like I was like, I don't know what that laugh was about.
So is there?
It was mentioned on that cat game too. They threw Switch in there at the end.
Yes.
I don't know what
Cat
weird
League.
that game was weird,
League.
but yeah, that was listed
That-
for Switch too.
Yeah, the Switch logo is right next to your Apple Watch logo, which I thought was
Yeah, and
super,
it popped in
super
last.
interesting.
It was like last. It was like took a minute. It wasn't there, and then you heard the snap, and it showed it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it did.
I actually
The
pulled
snap.
it up. It said, "Cat Lee, step into an enchanting dream where humans and cats forge the ultimate bond. Collect stories and chase memories through the eyes of both human and cat. Embark on playful escapades. Craft cozy havens. Explore vibrant landscapes. Plant, laugh, race, decorate, create. Steer robots. Dress up, mingle, cuddle, groom. Heartwarming delights await in a tale of breathtaking, beautiful cats." Cats.
I love a good cat game, but that one just looked like straight AI. I don't know. It just messed with my head. I was like, are they just melting into clouds or what's really going on here? But
Right.
hey, I love cats, so
That's it.
I definitely got to learn more.
It didn't
Yeah,
look
I-
bad.
I didn't really know what I was watching, but aside from that, it looked okay. I think maybe the other one where it'll have some land on Switch maybe is that Dave the Diver in the Jungle. I'm
Yes.
assuming that'll come to Switch too. I don't think they
That
showed
was
any logos there.
announcements for that. Yes, that was included. Yep, for sure.
I just saw in the Warriors chat, they announced a sequel to Okami. Is that true?
Yeah, a sequel to Okami. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
a pretty awesome trailer. I was
Did they already
love that
have
they
a sequel to
advertised it.
Okami then or something?
No,
DS?
they just keep remaking the old one.
I thought Okami
Which
was
is-
basically Okami 2. So is this just like a third game?
I think there's an
or-
Okami HD maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's,
what I was
HD, but
asking.
then like
so
I
for the
thought this was
DS,
a-
I think
a
there
third
was a handheld
sequel.
iteration.
Yeah.
We
But
have
I-
Okami HD on the Switch.
But you're talking about Okami Den.
yeah, I thought that was a sequel to Okami or something.
I don't know
or
much
that's
about
a
it.
prequel though. I think that was for the 3DS, right?
DS.
Yes.
This is regular DS and stuff. Okay.
You got me curious now.
Great.
Because you're like me, because I was thinking like this Okami was the third one, and so that's why I was like have to look it up later.
There's definitely one for the DS. The Chaka Conqueror went a walkthrough of it, but
Yeah, I think it was a
okay, just didn't know that
prequel,
exists.
possibly. But
I'll take your word for it. That's cool though. I never really beat Okami. I always want to beat it, but it's been in my backlog for a long time. I don't know which console to play for. It's fun on the PC because you can just use your mouse to control the brush, but
yes,
it's fun on the consoles if you want to give it a shot.
nice. Yes, it is.
They look good. What they advertised.
Yeah, it would be great on the HD graphics or whatever the next console would be. I don't think it's gonna be for this generation. It seems.
So what else jumped out to you guys in regards to announcements? Anything we were talking about Shadow Labyrinth, right? That's coming to the Switch. But it had when you're watching it, it kind of looked Metroidvania-ish.
That one
Right.
looks super cool. Just with your little Pac-Man buddy.
Yes, with
Like
your-
I'm like, what is that? Like I wasn't really sure what I was watching for a second there, and then all of a sudden you hear that jump, 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 jump. I was like, oh, that's super cool.
It's like you're playing through all these different worlds of Namco Bandai or whatever, right? So, and Pac-Man's your buddy.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna kind of play together as a story, but it seems interesting. I'd check it out.
I definitely
Yeah.
want to learn more about that one.
It was hard not to get excited for Slay the Spire 2.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is
I
a
saw
big
that.
one in our
I
community
wanted
for
to
sure.
message I wanted to message the Blanc about that because he loves that game.
Oh, that
Good
was
game,
already
honestly.
mentioned, I think, in there, in our channels.
Okay.
At least one GIF was posted.
Yes.
It's a fun game. I just suck at it because I can never get far in it. Because I think it's stage 50 is the end or something.
Anyone else excited about Slay the Spire? Jumping into that,
I am.
jumping back into that. You can't put it down game.
I got ground floor interest in playing that game.
All right.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Well, how about this one? Stage Fright.
Okay. Yes.
Remember that one?
Yes, that was the one where they had It was co-op, right?
It was
And they
the two.
split.
Yeah.
It's the
I was
Overcooked
looking
people,
at that,
right?
yeah. Apparently he's about
Yeah.
the guys who made Overcooked, which is insane. I don't know if that means...
I want to see more
I see-
information on it. It looked promising, but I want to see more information on it.
I see in the notes Jesse did not highlight it, which means maybe not a Switch game. It's got to be a Switch game.
I don't know
It's
if they
gotta be.
said. I
Yeah.
would hope so. I
Well,
would
they
say
didn't give a
it looked
release
little
date
more
either, so-
graphically intense than an Overcooked, at least from what we saw.
This is by
So
Hello Games. Are they like
A
the
lot-
publisher or
A
something?
lot of it could be to they may not be ready to announce Switch 2 games.
Yeah, I was just
and it could
thinking.
be a Switch 2 game.
I mean,
That's
that's
your
pretty
Switch 2
fair.
game. Yeah. I was looking at the games to try and see if they had a logo at the bottom, like a Switch / Switch 2 kind of a thing going on to see if
Or
maybe
Switch
third party.
or Nintendo console.
Yeah. Like developers now, third party developers are kind of getting like, okay, can we please start putting the label out there so people know that this is going to be on your next console.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking,
Yeah.
but no breadcrumbs there.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you said that because I'm looking to War64's Twitter. Apparently, Nintendo made a post about like, "Thank you for joining us now and into the future." So I don't know if that's a hint to the Switch 2 or something.
We'll see. There was another co-op game that was announced too with this from the It Takes Two developer, Split
super
Fiction.
yeah,
That looks pretty good too.
You know,
I'm super pumped for that one.
Me too.
Joseph Ferris, he got out there doing that presentation. You might be able to convince me they did get him a little liquored up before they got him out there. So his kids were in the audience,
Yeah.
and he was
Uh,
swearing up a storm. I was like, okay, this is
got him back there for a
classic
couple
Game
shots-
Awards right
shots
here,
there.
baby. This is what I came to see.
There you go.
Yeah, that looks super cool with the like the fantasy and the sci-fi elements kind of bouncing back and forth and different
Right.
power-ups. I mean, obviously it's coming from the It Takes Two people, right? So had a lot of that DNA in it, and that's one of my favorite games. So I think this one's going to be super fun too. I was messaging Kevin on the side. I was like, Kev, dust off your controller, man. Let's get back at it. We played It Takes Two together, so I think this
That's
is going to be
right.
another
Oh,
one of our
nice.
games.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, my son and I played it. It Takes Two, and so if he hasn't seen the trailer for this one yet, I'm going to show it to him and see, like, hey, we had fun with It Takes Two. You ready for this one?
This one looks like it's going to be happier though. It's got a prettier landscape to it because It Takes Two is all about kind of like a fractured relationship, right?
Yeah.
Less divorce in this one, I think.
Yeah,
sure.
a little less.
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah. This was like a game I want to get and play because this looks like this is going to have more of a kind of a happier tone to it and kind of
Right.
like more.
No,
Yeah,
no
lighthearted.
killing stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No stuffed
Spoilers.
elephants were harmed in the making of this game.
Right.
Yeah.
A stuffy side.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What else you guys got? What else stuck out to you guys?
Well,
I mean,
I
I'm
got a
just
few
saying-
myself, so I want to.
I've got a mountain over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a lot. You're gonna go to PlayStation route. I mean, yeah, I'm voluminous. Yeah, so yeah,
Right.
so, yeah.
I
Well,
wanna
speaking of
say that-
PlayStation, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mecca.
No, I was like, they're making a new Onimusha game. There's been a new one in a while, right?
Yeah, do you know what? Can you guys tell me about that one? It looks the name looked familiar, but I'm not. I didn't have time to search up history on
They're
that.
very popular in the PS2 genre. I think Sokome Johnny made a few reviews of the first few games. If you're interested in seeing it.
Oh yeah, okay. That's
I think they
right.
have remakes on the Switch if you want to give it a shot or something.
Yeah, I think you're
Never
right.
played one of those. It looked interesting though.
Yeah. It looks like it could be one of my games.
What I've heard of his reviews is a very great series. I think it's kind of like Devil May Cry. Have you ever played Devil May Cry or something?
Yeah, it does show up there too. Devil May Cry type stuff. It says Animusha is a series of video games developed and published by Capcom. It makes use of historic figures that shaped Japan's history. Most of the games are action-adventure genre, a combination of third-person hack and slash combat and puzzle elements. Oh, that speaks my words right there.
They're also making a new Sonic racing game, which is kind of cool too. Looking at the thing right now.
So is that something you're looking forward to? You like the Sonic racing games?
Well, I like Sonic in general, so yeah, why not?
Yep.
Have you
I like
played
it.
the new Shadow game that they came out with?
I have. Well, I will eventually get my PS5. So.
Mm. I thought like the Shadow. I thought it's on the Switch also. The new Shadow game.
It is.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah.
Per second, unfortunately.
I was like, it's been
Unfortunately,
what I've been reading is getting like people finding a lot of good favor with it.
Unfortunately, they remastered. One last thing, the remastering Last of Us 2. Are you serious? That just came out like a year ago. Jeez. Naughty Dog can't do anything new these days, unfortunately.
All right, so what else do we got going on here? Hambone, you said you had a mountain. Name one of those lists.
ahead.
All right.
Those games.
A
Okay.
mountain of games over here. Well, you
Just
guys
start on the
know,
top,
know-
dude. The
yeah.
Naughty Dog hit it.
Ah, we'll work our way up to there. I want to start at the beginning of the show.
You, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do anything new.
One of the first
they
announcements
knew,
once we
bud.
got the
They
show
did knew.
proper was the new Elden Ring
Yes.
game announced.
Yeah.
Elden Ring Night Rain from
I mean,
FromSoft.
That's gonna be like the game of the year next year. Watch.
Why would it be a joke? It could be.
That looked really interesting. I think it looks like it's going to play a lot differently.
It looks way faster.
Yeah.
More verticality. The movement was super quick. You saw the character kind of like running up a wall and doing like a double jump, which is more of a Sekiro gameplay mechanic. Like you can't do that in base game Elden Ring. It sounds like there's been some interviews with the developers so far. So this is actually a roguelike game, which is interesting. Totally flipping the script on what Elden Ring is. It's also co-op. I think 3-player co-op, which is what the regular Elden Ring game is.
I was going to
too.
say it looked like a little bit more multiplayer-ish than the original Elden Ring.
Yeah, which you
And
can
you
do
called that,
multiplayer
too.
original. Yeah,
Because we were playing, the three of us, one night. You were calling that, saying that in the next game they were talking about making the co-op a lot easier, so you don't have to do the bloody finger on the ground.
yeah.
That's what
And
I'm.
I don't
That's
mean-
what I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
I know you can do it, but it
Yeah.
seemed
It's
very
kind of
like,
a pain. It's kind
It
of
is a pain. And if one
Yeah.
of you dies, y'all all have to go back to your own realm. And so,
Yeah.
yes, this is now
Yeah,
they're
so who
making it a
knows
lot
what
more
this is going to
friendly.
work like?
Yeah.
But they were saying the runs are going to be like 30-ish minutes long, and you pick sort of the boss that you're sort of working your way up to. So yeah, I mean they're definitely reusing the assets from base game Elden Ring, but kind of remixing it in some sort of way. But yeah, next 2025 release, man. I am super pumped for this. This is on the
Same
top
here.
of my anticipated games list for
I
next
bet it
year,
is.
right alongside
Yeah.
with Ghost of Yote, man. It's going to be a good one. I have a feeling.
Hambone's gonna be off the radar when that comes out.
Yeah. Same here. I would disappear probably.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
where's Hambone and Solo? Where'd they go? Oh,
Yeah.
Elden Ring game came out, the new one.
The Night Rain got me.
Yes.
Well, we got that, and we got Ghost of Yote, and then the Assassin's Creed drops, and so it's all like jamming up front.
That's it.
Yes. Lots of good stuff on the way out, on the way up in 2025. It looks like for PlayStation, and we haven't even touched on the last announcement yet. I mean, we did a little bit, but all
I
right.
just realized, guys, they announced a new Double Dragon game too. That must be good for the retro fans.
Which one?
Double
There's a
Dragon.
new Double
Oh
Dragon.
yeah,
Dragon.
Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, this is a Double Dragon game. It looks like, and sure enough.
I mean, I think Double Dragon's still popular. There's River City Girls, which is kind of like Double Dragon.
And then we
I
got
do
like
too.
Witcher 4 coming.
There you
And
go.
so-
Yeah,
yeah, and you get to play as
That's a huge
Siri.
announcement.
Yeah, you got to play as Siri
For
now.
sure.
Yeah, so that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I guess we haven't talked about them yet, but the new, I don't know what to call it, new Shadow of the Colossus game.
Oh,
That
yes.
looks cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's untitled. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
untitled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And then,
looked very interesting. And
Nice.
like, I wonder if it's going to have anything to do with mechs like that, if you want to call that a mech, or
Yeah.
like it's
no, it was very interesting.
Yeah,
It looked
I
like there was
how-
a big bad and you couldn't really see it. I don't know.
something going on, like a wave of like bad dudes coming at you. I just
Yeah,
like how he
yeah.
climbed onto the head and hit a button that kind of just like flew off. It was like, here I go,
it's like I'm out of here and didn't quite
I'm
make
out of
it,
here.
right?
You know, I just
Yeah,
Did
that was a
anybody hear
crazy
the-
trailer.
Did anybody hear the rumor? Apparently, there's a rumor that they were supposed to announce Half-Life 3 on the Game Awards. Did anyone believe that or something? I just heard
False.
from a podcast this
Announce
morning.
what?
They were
Fake
like-
news.
Haven't they?
There was like a rumor that they're going to announce Half-Life 3 on the Game Awards today, but
Oh, well.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It
No.
probably is not going to happen.
Or like Silk Song. People are like, oh, you can announce Silk Song.
Well, that's gonna be that.
Oh,
Now it's gonna
no.
always be Half Life
say.
now, and now it's gonna be Silk Song, and then it's Mother 3, right? Coming to the
Mother
US.
3, yeah.
You know
Which
what,
is
Reggie,
crazy if
they
you think about it, because
Silk.
Silk Song they announced in 2019, and now we're about to go into
Yeah.
2025, and we still haven't got that game. I'm like, my God, y'all are not working on an MMO. I don't know why y'all are taking so long.
Believe me,
Controlled scope creep.
I wanted this game to come out because it's on my prediction list that it was going to come out this year.
Oh,
Yeah, they're a small team, but that's like 6 years. Like, Jesus, what they just.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Who knows?
yeah.
You guys remember the year that I think it was a couple years ago? Nintendo had like a 5 days of indies leading
Yes.
up to Christmas.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's still hope, Tim.
there.
There's
Well,
still
that's
hope.
true. There is hope.
Yeah.
Still got
Keep
December.
hope alive. Yep.
Yeah, I think that it
Silk
capped
Song
off
isn't
with
even an indie game
Sports
anymore.
Story.
It did indeed.
yeah.
It capped with Sports
What-
Story.
what a-
So maybe
what a
that's not a
crescendo
good
right
thing
there.
that
Yeah, I remember that.
you're
Yeah,
hoping
no one, like,
for.
Did that game not do so good? Sports Story? It was like kind of crap or something?
That's what they said.
It
General
didn't-
consensus, I think.
Consensus
Yeah.
was it didn't live up to the hype of Golf Story. So
Oh, because
Good.
glitches thing.
Our good friend John Blanco might have some words to say about it as well.
I mean, at this point, Silk Song is an indie game. It got to the point where like it's gonna be like Grand Theft Auto. You could just release it whenever you want to be a
It's
big
not-
hit and stuff.
it's not even a game right now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
You have a trailer for it. God. Damn.
All right, Vic, you've been kind of quiet. What else? What else stuck out to you there?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of great titles, being mentioned, here. But one thing that really piqued my interest was the Steel Hunters announcement.
Oh yes.
The
Oh, yeah.
mech battling, like it's kind of like an open world sort of combat game. And I went ahead. I went to their page on Switch, on Steam, because I do play Steam in addition to Nintendo Switch. And I asked to be part of the alpha playtest, and I got in. So
Nice.
Oh,
So,
nice,
yeah.
dude.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Look for a
Saw your
report.
post in the chat.
Look for a report by Vic.
Let me get in.
That's right.
Yeah.
That looked
First
pretty
look.
interesting. I like how it was like animal mechs, but also
I
like
forgot
more
about
traditional
that.
mechs. It seemed like there was a lot of options. So I think I'm very
And
curious
the
now.
world looks so huge too, and they're obviously because you're giant mechs, you got to make it look and feel huge. But you are also
Absolutely.
like jumping out of something in the sky to jump and do your,
Like the maps are going to be really
pretty
big.
cool.
right.
Yeah.
You're going on the planet probably just to fight on the whole planet instead of like an island.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and it really gave me Transformers vibes too.
Yes.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that is true. That is another good one. All right, Hootz, what else stuck out to you there?
I can't remember if I said it already, but Outer Worlds 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
on my list
Yes.
too. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for that
I
game.
saw that.
I
Wasn't
just
it-
started playing the first one,
Yeah,
Wasn't
and
it,
they go ahead and yeah.
Make a
That's
second.
just par for the course for me.
wasn't
you got
Justin
some
in
time.
that game
You got some
too?
time.
Yeah.
It's coming out 2025.
I haven't played the first one either, but again, it feels like one of the last bastions of well, maybe not final, but going for comedy in that genre is it feels few and far between, and I think they do it well. So
They do. They have a good history of that.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it just
I've never
Nintendo
played the
first
first one, but I've like watched it because that's actually the first like Let's Play I ever watched live on the Nintendo Dash channel. I actually watched Tim play it. Was
Yeah.
playing Outer Worlds on Switch? Yeah, so I watched it being played, but I've never played it.
That was probably before they did the fix too. So it was kind
Yeah.
of rough, but I still had fun with it. And then when they fixed it, it played a whole lot better and looked a little bit better. I mean, they did an excellent job getting that to play on there, and I had a lot of fun with the game on the Switch. So
I like how they had fun with the trailer of it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that
definitely.
alone one
That's that environment.
made me want to play it.
anyways.
Yeah,
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 I love that, and
We
the
don't- we
DLC for that game was awesome too. So
yeah.
Do we
Where-
know if was gonna come on the Switch or something, or we just don't know yet?
right now,
I could-
Outer Worlds 2 is not announced for the Switch 2.
Just Switch in general. I
Yeah.
thought, didn't Justin play the game, or was it you Tim who played it?
I had the code, and I played it, and I think you might have picked it up too later on. But it
What are
was a
you-
lot of fun to play on the go for sure. I'll tell you that. So
What is that Wars about? Is that the one? Is that kind of like a argument of Fallout or something?
which one?
Outer Wars. It's kind of like Fallout, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, I think it was.
Right.
first-person Western RPG set in space, where corporations kind of
Yes.
rule. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Koozie, what you got? What else was on your list?
There was some like snow game with Russian vibes and like
That looked good.
Chernobyl. What was that?
Yeah.
Do we remember the name of that?
It's a part 2 because I asked
Solstice?
John
Yeah,
about
was
it.
it part-
The indie game?
Solasta?
Yeah, yeah.
Solasta, was it?
Yeah,
Solasta.
No,
because John knew about the first one.
it was the indie game, not the shooter game, right?
Was it
Yeah, the
it
indie
wasn't a
game.
shooter.
Is that
Black
indie game?
Frost? Black Frost?
Black
The
Frost,
Long Dark?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking to the
Yeah.
worst thing. Is it Black Frost? Is the only one that looks like it's ice related? That
Black
Let's
Frost,
go with
the
that.
Long
Let's
Dark
go with
2.
Black Frost then.
Yeah, the Long Dark.
Yeah,
2.
that looked really
Yeah.
cool. That looked right up my alley. It had like the depressing vibes with the kind of shaded color cell shaded art. So I'm definitely going to check that out.
I like
And then the Project Century, the Yakuza developer,
Yes.
set in Japan in 1915. I thought that looked really cool.
That did look pretty cool, and it had kind of that feel too, in a way, Yakuza feel.
Guys, I guess I got a question. So, off topic. It seems like Astrobot won the Game of the Year awards. It's kind of stink. Then like,
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute because we got the awards to talk about next. Right now, we're just talking about all the announcements.
my apologies. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then Post Malone had a Murder Circus game.
Yes,
What's up with
right.
that?
That's on the list.
So-
Throw it on the pile, man.
That was it. I think that was an update to a game that already exists.
Really?
Because I think it was in the commercial segment.
That's a Hambone game?
I think it's a Hambone game, dude. I think this I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I'm not a huge Post Malone fan, but I love murder and I love circus.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you didn't say that. We
Fair
were in the
enough.
stream. That was new. yeah,
Murder Club.
yeah.
I looked
Yeah.
really. I like the enemy design. On all seriousness, that looked like pretty cool enemy design. I'm not a huge first person like shooter type of guy, but like a first person, like I'm not gonna play a Call of Duty or any of these like military shooters. If I'm gonna play a shooter, it has to have some sort of unique take on it, and something like that is right up my alley.
If you like shooting and murdering,
I
go
want to
play
be
Call of
Post
Duty.
Malone.
Murder and circus.
I don't know, man. I feel
Two of my
like
favorite
Post,
things, man.
I
You
feel
can
like
rack up the
Posty
kills
might
in
have.
COD.
I feel like Posty might have stolen the idea from Rob Zombie.
It's definitely Rob Zombie
Yeah.
vibe for sure. Yeah.
Maybe he
I
gave his
could definitely
blessing.
see that. Yeah.
Who was the one that mentioned a new Pac-Man game? Because I'm looking through it now. Is this Shadow Labyrinth? This is
Yeah.
That's the one.
Pac-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you might. I don't know if you came in after we talked about that one already,
I think you were about to.
or we did talk about that
What
one.
is this?
That
Is
was
it an
Pac-Mania.
actual like Pac-Man game, or is it just a car that looks like Pac-Man?
It's just your
A
that's your pet.
Metroidvania game
It's your
with
pet.
with Pac-Man as your buddy.
Is it by
Ha-
oh wow,
happen-
it's by Namco. That doesn't make any sense.
So I think
It's as much of a
they
Pac-Man game as Klonoa. What?
There's
think
more
they
than
I gotta
teased
just
it.
watch
Pac-Man
this
in there.
preview. I missed it. I gotta go back and see this thing. Y'all are
This
talking so
thing
much
here.
about it.
so I don't
missed
know.
it too.
I'm like,
What's up, Hoots?
I'm telling you, when you watch this show, you gotta watch the pre-show because most of the time that's when the best announcements are made.
I want to bring up this game real quick. Shadow.
Objective.
Paws? Is that a mobile game or a TV show? Because I saw it as like in
Shadow
Netflix.
Labyrinth? Is that what you're asking?
Theopaws. This furry looking game. Is it like a game or a movie or something?
Which game?
Oh, Steel Paws is a
Paws,
mobile
yeah.
game.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have it-
so it's like a Netflix game.
Yeah, I have it written down too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's
What I
is that
thought
one
was
that's
intriguing
only on
about it.
Netflix?
It looked like it's like a new cartoon. It says Netflix. And I'm like, oh, it's a Netflix game. Who remembers that Netflix has games?
Well, welcome to the Mecha Dragon Show. No. Let's have Solo now mention what he wanted, what stuck out to him. What stuck out to you there, Solo?
the Game of Thrones game, because I definitely want
yeah.
to like look into that and get into that. I watched that whole GOT series all the way through. Hambone, throw me a Hail Mary. I can never remember the name of it, but you and I were talking about it, and I said, oh, this is going to be my only game when it does come out. And it was coming out late in the actual fall. I have a bookmark.
Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert. Yep. That was the other one that really stood out to me. And I was
It
like, definitely
finally
put that on.
Finally
Mhm.
has a release date, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, a release window, right? Was that the
Yeah,
one late
sure.
2025?
Yep.
Yeah, I know that. It calls folks at Silk Song. And then as far as like on the we've already mentioned some of the stuff, like of course the Elden Ring, the new FromSoft game. I figured they were going to do one because they're setting a cadence now where they do a new game every year. And I know some say this was the year of DLC, but I mean it's technically it's a release from them, and so I was interested to see what they had. So that's already been stated. And then my other one, I've been calling for a while that Naughty Dog's next game is going to be in space, and that we got it. The next Naughty Dog game is now in space.
Intergalactic, the Heretic
And-
Prophet.
Intergalactic. And so those are like just rattling off the top of my head and observing time.
Yes.
That was like some ones that were definitely, I'm like, okay, some big hitters that I'm wanting to put down right now.
Yeah,
I like that the
Intergalactic looked
spaceship was a
pretty sick.
Porsche.
Yeah.
It had like the CD changer and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
When I
On the
saw
Pet,
put in-
on the
Lads
Pet
and
Shop
stuff.
Boys?
Putting in
That's
the
good
Pet Shop
taste.
Boys, yeah, and that 80s music. I was like, oh, thank you. I love that about Vice City, all that 80s music.
And
Had
when
some
we saw
pretty
that
cool
too,
vibes,
I
for
put that
sure.
in our chat there. I said,
Yeah.
I'm in, right?
Yeah,
I'm sold,
yeah. You sold me on the music alone, 80s.
right? Love the vibe of it.
Yeah.
All right. So, and speaking of which, that was the last thing they had, the special announcement they had at the end of the show. PlayStation announced and Naughty Dog announced that new game coming, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. So, anybody else excited about that one?
They said they've
Absolutely.
been working on it since 2020,
Right. Yeah.
so it's got to come out next week, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, video games
You
are real
think.
easy to make, right?
yeah, for sure.
It's been long enough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's going to be day
And-
one on PlayStation 6.
No, did they say that was in-engine footage or in-game footage? How did
he
they
said
clarify?
They said it
before
was
the
in-engine
before the video
footage.
played. He said, "Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
this is
in-game
the-
stuff."
Yeah, you're looking at
Engine.
It was
what
beautiful.
you're seeing is what you're playing.
Yeah, and how real that lady looked on that.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was
Insane.
Yeah.
how good that
crazy.
was.
Insane.
All right. Well, Mecha wants to push ahead and get us into the award stuff. So,
I
Let me just
think,
call out one more,
sorry.
Tim, if you don't mind.
no, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted
sorry.
to call out Dispatch. It was one of the last
Oh,
games
yeah,
they
yeah,
showed,
yeah,
not the
that
very
one.
last one.
Yeah.
It was from like the Wolf Among Us people, where you are the superhero and you get your power stripped or your suit breaks
Yeah.
or whatever, and you're just a dispatcher at this like superhero agency. I was joking like this is like Incredibles the game, but it looks super fun. There's like some kind of
Yeah.
story, and it's more like maybe more a passive type gameplay, and you're
Like a
making some choices and
Telltale
decisions.
game.
Telltale, right? So I don't know. It looked super cool. And
You
that
play-
is something I can see coming to Switch as well.
Yes.
You get to play as Jesse Pinkman. What more could you want?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, that's on my list too. I actually was putting stars next to some of these games that Jesse was writing down or putting on the document here, and he was like, "Why are you doing this?" Because that threw him off. He's like, "Why are you putting stars next to these?" It's like I'm already marking which ones are for Nintendo, and I said, "Nope, this is for me."
Yeah. On that topic, we don't have a release date for. On that topic, we have a release date for Slay the Spire 2, right? Yeah.
Early access, early 2025. It sounds like.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Oh well, I do have to mention one more.
yeah, I was gonna say, does
I-
anybody have any last ones they want
Yeah.
to shout out?
Let's
I have
make
to
sure
mention it because he said we had to make a shout out, and we told him we would shout it out for him because he almost like ran off the computer and started playing immediately. But they gave him a new Helldivers patch, Helldivers 2 patch, and so yeah, I didn't want to say he like lost his shit, but yeah, he definitely was excited, and so yeah, off to the races he went. So yeah,
Well,
He
who
got,
wouldn't lose their shit over democracy?
yeah, more stuff to
on.
chew on. Yeah, I was excited for him. I was hoping he would get it. I mean, yeah, he's having fun, and I'm living it up vicariously through him, watching him have fun.
Nice.
There
Yeah.
was a patch for Power World too. Speaking of.
Yep,
patches,
there was the Pal World patch.
Yeah.
And I heard something about them removing the spheres or whatever they call them, or
Yeah, it's the thing where like they throw out like their version of a Pokeball. because
Yeah.
They're not really reading the lawsuit right now, so they're like trying to.
they're
Oh.
gonna take that out. But I saw you guys
was talking-
chatting, saying they could
talking
make it a
about it in
different
the
shape,
chat.
right?
Yeah, just make it a different shape. The PAL Prism. It
Yes.
sounds better anyway.
Yep.
It does.
The PP.
The PP.
No,
Throw the
it's copyrighted.
Yeah.
Throw the
Yeah.
PP.
PowerPoints. PP.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Last
just
chance. Any
going-
last games that anybody wants to talk about before we move on to the?
Speak now or forever
There's a
hold
new
your
update
peace.
to David Diver. Is that game any good?
It is. I
It
played
is
it this
wonderful.
year. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not-
a lot of
not
people
a cozy
played it in
game guy.
Discord.
Go ahead.
Give it a shot.
Would you say it,
Sorry, what was
Solo?
No, no, I just said a lot. I just showed him a lot of people in our Discord have played David
Yes.
the Diver, so you definitely can get a field of opinions from it. Yeah.
Yep. And it's
Yeah.
on Justin's. It's top on his list too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Let's go on to the awards. We had, like I said, there was we had a few announcements that hit the Nintendo, but we had a few awards that also are playable on the Nintendo Switch, such as Games for Impact is Neva. That's on, you can play that on the Switch. Innovation and Accessibility, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Best Debut Indie Game, Balatro, along with Best Independent Game and Best Mobile Game. So if you don't have a Switch, you can still play it on your mobile phone. And then last but not least on the Switch is Best Sports Racing, EA Sports FC25. Those were the only games that you can play on Switch that won awards.
Have any of you all played Balatro on mobile?
Yes.
What do you think?
I like it, but I'm annoyed because I had to start over.
Oh yeah, starting from scratch would
Start
be
from
rough.
scratch
Yeah.
and try to redo
Yeah.
some of those decks that I won. And it's like I need to. It's like I can't. It's great for bathroom play.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So,
Ew.
because I don't have my Switch with me. So, but yeah, I'd rather play it on my Switch.
I mean,
Yeah, I
What's
spoke with a
stopping you from
guy who
bringing
had
your
never. I spoke with a guy who had never played it and only played it on mobile on his phone. He's like, I've got to have a bigger screen, and so I think he's going to buy a Switch just to play that game. I'm like, hey, go for it. It's a bigger screen, so hey,
Not a tablet, but hey, that works.
right.
You can still take that thing into the crapper.
That's right. That's right.
That is right.
All problems solved.
Right. All right. Any surprises on the award side for anybody?
A little
I've got that.
surprised
Have any
that.
of y'all played that Neva game? Neva?
I have.
No.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I-
solo.
I got the plat in it, so I saw it all the way through.
I've got it
Yeah.
locked and loaded on the PS5. I just haven't started it yet.
Heard great
Yeah.
things about it.
Yeah.
It is good game. It is a lot different from Grease, and like it deals with emotions but it's like not as like doesn't go as dark and deep as like Grease does. So
Well,
and there's combat
Gree was
in this
dealing
one.
with death, right? So, if I remember
This-
correctly.
that never deals with death, but
Okay.
I don't know. I felt like Grease actually like kind of like really kind of went more deep into the. I'm not trying to use a pun, but deep into the paint with it. Whereas I feel like Neva kind of keeps it a little bit more surface level, and incorporates it into the seasons of life. And there's like I said, there's combat involved in this one, and so you can actually like do some little hack and slash moments, and you have your moments of kind of platforming where you got to do a lot of button mashing. But I mean, everything is definitely approachable, so I'd recommend playing it. Definitely. I mean, it's got more action than Grease does.
I mean, I've had
Okay.
my eye on it for a while now too, so good to hear.
Yeah. The pretty
I'm
game.
not
I
sure
would
I'm
say
ready for
definitely-
emotions, though. I need to
No.
Bring on
shove
the
those
depression.
down.
Yeah, no. You won't definitely feel like you won't walk out of there feeling like you need to take an antidepressant. No, it's not that bad.
You'll have to go play
Okay.
Mario Party Jamboree afterwards.
That's right. That's right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised at how popular Astrobot was. I haven't played it.
It's great.
It's
You
it's
haven't
right
been
at
to the
That's great.
PlayStation
That's great,
channel, then I
honestly.
take it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But
Well,
I was just surprised. I thought, again, you think you know a guy, you think you know the Game Awards, and then they go and surprise you and pick
Well,
a
yeah, it is.
3D platformer to sweep the show.
And
So-
it's great how
it's fun. It is fun.
he gave credit to that company he couldn't name in regards to
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers being
Yeah.
an inspiration. So that was pretty.
And again,
Yeah,
that was pretty
that's awesome.
nice.
very, very interesting that he said that at the end. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Here's where
He
we're
seems
at.
like Nicholas Doucette, right? He seems like a pretty good guy. The
Yeah.
director of the studio over there.
No, I mean,
I agree with you, man. I was pulling for Astro in a lot of the categories, and I guess in terms of surprises, I really thought Mario Party was going to take the family game.
yeah.
And
same.
Astrobot got that one too, which is fine. I think it's deserving. I mean,
Sure,
I played that
yeah,
game with
it
my
was-
son, and it was a good time. But Mario Party, man,
kinda-
like how that's the perfect family game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
called Mario
Say that,
Party
but
for the
then, like,
family game myself. Yeah.
I mean, I'd call it a pleasant surprise, I guess. But yeah, no. Again, good for Astrobot. Congrats.
Yeah.
I called Astrobot for Game of the Year like earlier on this afternoon, and in the Retro Logic Discord we were making predictions, and I said it's going to go to Astrobot. I feel, and but as far as the family game, yeah, if someone would have asked me, which we already went through some predictions on the PlayStation Daily thing, I was saying that it was going to be the Mario Party game. I mean, I felt that way.
There was a lot of
So
love
that
for
did surprise
Astrobot,
me.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it makes
I feel like he's a new mascot of PlayStation in a way.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's
I
on
mean,
my
it
list
is
of
the-
games to play for sure on the PlayStation.
It's awesome, Tim. You should definitely check it out. I think it's the highest Metacritic score. Not that that really says anything, but I mean, if we're talking awards and best scoring, I mean, it's the highest scoring game of the year. So
Nice.
Um,
I like
it's
a good.
got
I like a
something
good
for it.
It's a
platformer.
good family game, but I feel like it's gonna ruin friendships if like isn't Mario Party known to kind of ruin a family or friends or something?
If they're
my kid
competitive.
still likes me, I think.
Hmm.
Kind of like the same reason why Mario always says he doesn't want to overcook with his family because they get too competitive.
Well, we had a lot of fun playing it in the community whenever we get together and do it for NSO or like for Extra Life. It was a lot of fun playing, especially with or actually when we hung out and did Dad's Night with Nintendo, they played that there with all the different dads with different shows. We got to play it, and we did the what's that race one? I forget what it's called. The Kaboom one or something like that, or not Kaboom. It's the one where at least 8 players can play.
I don't know.
I mean,
In-
Mario Kart?
No, I'm talking about still
In Mario
Jamboree.
Party.
And Jamboree.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, the Jamboree one, yeah.
Oh, whoa, a mode in
Yeah, I know what
Jamboree.
you're talking
The mode-
about.
yeah,
It's
the
a
mode
is
it's a
Jam.
game
Yeah.
mode.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. It's not the Bowser one where you go blow him up, but the other one where you're on a giant track and you got to play like 4 different mini games to get points to get ahead. So
Soap Mound. So fun.
Yeah.
There's
feel
so
like-
many modes in that game, man.
I still haven't even
it's
touched all
sneaky.
of them either.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. I usually just go play Mario Kart, but Mario Party, but you scroll around the bay, and there's like a million things you can pick.
Right.
It's awesome.
I feel like like Uno would ruin more friendships than Mario Party.
Uno.
The dreaded reverse card.
You
Right.
say Uno.
The
Reverse,
+4.
skip
I've
you,
done
draw
Uno.
four,
I've done
Stacking.
poker,
skip.
and they didn't ruin friendships. Risk actually ruined a friendship in our house. So yeah,
Okay.
we won't play Risk in this house anymore.
That'd be
So.
a good question asked the Nintendo dads. What game has ruined the most friendships in your household? I don't know. For me, it's probably Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't
It's
know
probably.
what-
I think you mentioned it before. Overcooked. I think is probably it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Who else didn't mention the standout thing? What else stood out to you guys? For me, it was Metaphor.
Refantasio.
Yeah.
I keep seeing
Refantasio.
that pop up.
Refantasio.
Yeah, they were putting awards in the bag. I mean, I was just like,
Yeah.
good
It's
grief.
awesome, man.
Is
I'm
it
like
a good
40
one?
hours into it right now. It's really good.
I haven't touched it.
Basically, it's like a new Persona game. I think. Should I
It's
play
from the
it?
Persona team. It's got a lot of Persona DNA in it, but it's more of a fantasy story
Okay.
with some political intrigue.
Is it
mixed
RPG?
in.
Role playing?
RPG,
Turn based.
A mix of turn-based and action
Okay.
RPG.
Does-
But it's
sounds
got
more
like the social link mechanics and stuff like that from a Persona game.
Hmm.
Sounds like it's more.
Not,
of a
not as long as
Shin Megami
Persona,
Tensei.
from what I think it's probably going to wrap up in like 50 to 60 hours, which is a big chunk of time. But we're not talking 100 hours here for like.
So not 5 years, but 4 years for me. Okay.
If you start now, by the Game Awards 15th anniversary, you might have it finished.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
It
Sounds
sounds
good.
like it leads more towards the Shin Megami Tensei side of Persona than the actual Persona side. I'm guessing, right?
I thought the same thing actually. I got big Shin Megami Tensei vibes from it as well.
I'm surprised Jesse
Yeah.
hasn't picked that one up since he's a big Persona fan. So
It's
Well,
good.
Like you said, it's not like actual Persona. Like it's far more Shin Megami Tensei, which I think is more like serious Shin Megami Tensei versus Shin Megami Tensei, which is Persona, which is just teens hanging out with monsters or something.
So do you guys care about any of the esports stuff?
I don't know who any of these
no.
people are at all.
mm,
So it's the same. It's a no. Just like every year we ask, it's like, why is that there?
I think Faker is a popular streamer. My friend was talking about Faker when I watched his video, but no.
Oh, you mean the
really.
content creator of the year one? That was
Yeah.
Queso
Oh, he
who won
won,
that
yeah.
one.
yeah.
Oh, he won? Oh,
Yeah.
the VTuber lost? Damn it! I want the VTuber to win.
One of
VTuber
these
will
VTuber
years,
won
get him
last
next
year.
year.
It's fine.
one of
I'm-
these
I'm
years
too
we're gonna
old to
get
know any of
Nintendo
this
Dad
stuff.
on
They've,
there.
they've been represented.
I love when people think like she only got nominated because Hideo Kojima loved her. So it's like, all right, Hideo Kojima, I'll put him in.
Well, we need him to love the Nintendo Dad so we can get on that list.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm gonna poop on that award until the Nintendo dads get nominated.
All right, there we go.
Right?
Yep, we need all of the podcasters we know to at least get on there, and then we'll have bragging rights after that. All right, do you guys agree with the most anticipated game, which was Grand Theft Auto 6?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a given.
That's going to pull the draw for
I know
sure.
I'm talking
Yeah.
too much on this show, but
Yeah.
can I feel so bad for Metroid 4 because it finally got like nominated and it's on like GTA 5, which is like turning every financial business is based on that game. I was like, damn, you could have picked
Well.
a year.
Well, maybe
gonna
if they keep
last for 10
delaying
years.
it until 2026 and GTA comes out this year, they've got a shot to get the award next year.
I
Yep.
feel like
I mean,
that award was just a marketing gimme.
it always is.
Yeah, just a little
I
something
mean, to be
light a
fair,
fire
Nintendo
under their
pulled that
butts.
game down a bunch of years with Tears of the Kingdom and whatnot. So Nintendo's gotten some love
True.
the last few years.
They did,
Yeah,
and
and-
Nintendo did use that nomination on one of their marketing things for Metroid Prime 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so it's like nominated for anticipated.
I mean, on that list, my personal most anticipated was Monster Hunter. So Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yep, I think.
Yeah.
Zablanca
I'm looking
said
forward to
the
that
same.
as well. Yeah.
That's gonna take
I'm-
up my life in next year. So
Wait, when
Get
is
ready.
that coming out? Must have been last.
end of February,
February.
last
It's just
day
'cause,
of
like,
February.
that comes out in February, and Assassin's Creed comes out in like February. And so
Hopefully, they already delayed it. Hopefully they'll delay it again.
Is there any games that are not on
Oh,
this
they-
list that should have been? Now it's Elden
Silk
Ring for Johnny.
Yeah.
uh,
Add that one.
Silk Song.
I mean,
gotcha.
these are definitely the big ones, right? You got Silk Songs out there. I'm really excited for that Expedition 33 game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that rises to the level of most anticipated for the general populace.
Expedition
Nothing for
33.
me, honestly.
That's a. I agree with that assessment.
Yeah. Very stylish, cool looking
Well,
RPG game, but with a lot of well-known actors playing on the cast.
It honestly, so like, imagine Persona 5, but with a much more realist take and a UI that is slightly more grounded in. I don't know, more grounded in reality. That's not the right way to say because UI isn't real, but it's got that.
Yeah, it's got that.
I don't know
flair.
what you call it, the shattered glass flair to a lot of the menus.
Okay.
So
Yeah, what are we
Alright.
talking about? It's iconic. Persona 5 logo.
All right. So anybody in the fighting games here?
It was
Yeah.
Tekken, right?
Yeah.
We had Tekken 8 win over Marvel versus Capcom. Did you hear everybody cheering for that one, by the way, the Marvel versus Capcom fighting collection?
People love that
Oh
game.
yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean,
got it.
I mean, Tekken deserved it.
Yay.
Looking forward to playing that.
I mean, is Tekken a new game versus a bunch of collection of old games? Who's gonna win there?
Good point.
Yeah. Fair point.
Good point.
Hmm.
Plus, it's so weird that Dominique, because either you get like a bunch of great fighting games, or you just get nothing. You get like Bamboo or Jump Force. So I guess it just depends on the year, honestly.
Was there any games that won that you never heard of or were unfamiliar with, and were like, "What's that game?"
yeah, for me, I don't have a Steam account, and so for me that UFO game, I'm like, what is this UFO game everybody keeps talking about? I've got to check this thing out because I'm like oblivious to it. I haven't even looked at a preview of it or anything, so at some point I need to look it up.
I think there was one game that was nominated that I had not heard of, and I forget what it was. It was nominated for Games for Impact. Closer the Distance.
I haven't heard of that one either.
Nah.
No idea what it
I've
is.
never-
I still haven't looked it
Okay.
up.
Good for you, Hoots.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mine was the best action game, Black Myth Wukong.
I played that one too.
You played that one? I never heard of
Yeah.
that
I
one.
played that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like
you
all
haven't
over
heard
the
of
news
it?
a few months ago.
No.
Wow, you didn't hear
of it?
Never heard
There's
of
a lot
it.
of buzz around
Wow.
it.
It was a big game in.
Uh,
When that game came out?
and you got a PlayStation
August.
5. It's a demo on your PlayStation 5. You can play the
Everyone's
demo.
mad at you, Tim.
Yeah.
Based on the.
It's
Wow.
like the
Get with the
first.
program.
Come on,
Program,
Tim.
what the heck?
Basically, like.
It's like the first AAA game to come out of China.
Yeah, I played the demo, and the demo is actually pretty good. It gives you a good feel for the game. Go play the demo. Yeah.
That's
No, you're
crazy.
Hey, it's okay,
I'm sorry.
Tim. I
I'm
mean, you
sorry.
just-
We love you, man. We love you.
You just speaking your mind. You
it's
just
a good
got thrown
game.
under the bus.
It's a reimagining of the Journey to the West.
No, we
story.
love Tim. We would never throw Tim
Yeah.
under the bus.
It's some people call it like a Souls-like, maybe
Okay.
not. It has some elements there, but it's an action.
Yeah.
It's an action game.
An action
Well, the
RPG
guy-
type thing.
It's like a boss rush
Yep.
game, right? That's what it is. Like kind of a boss
there's more-
rush game.
yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a boss rush. There's a lot of bosses, but there is exploration in the game too.
And
The
I like
guy
how
who-
the history that is based upon Chinese mythology. So
Yeah.
they
Really
think
interesting.
that's cool.
I learned
Yeah.
some stuff playing that game, which was interesting.
What's up, Hoots?
The guy who made it said it was easy, so you should be able to hop right in.
Oh,
No
okay,
problem.
cool. That's right
It's
up
easier
my
than
alley.
Elden Ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's not like the last boss in the DLC of Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. That
No.
was
I commend you guys for getting through Elden
Yeah.
Ring because I tried several times to get through in that game into it. Just like I just.
Well, you should have
I was
seen
hooked.
Hambone and I for 4 nights straight. Hambone and I 4 nights straight were DMing each other. Have you tried this? Have you tried that?
Yeah.
Have you tried that? I'm the last boss on that DLC. And then we were trying every tactic we possibly could. And then I broke him first. And I posted it and I said, okay, I downed him. This is how I did it. And then the very next day, I think, yeah, you did it. You downed him. And
I have words for that boss that are not appropriate for this
Yeah.
family-friendly show.
I literally would, for very few times I've ever done this, but I literally was standing in the living room, literally standing up playing the game, and I was actually moving my body with the controller. I was that animated. I'm like, this bastard. I'm taking this personal.
Yeah,
That's
so-
great. That's like how kids play. You were really into it.
I was dialed
Yeah,
in.
man.
Yeah, my wife
that's
just
how
let
you
me
know.
be. She saw it. She's like, he's in the zone. I get it. I'll just let him be.
Fantastic.
I just saw.
Classic.
I forgot that we're actually streaming this, so I had to go check real quick to see if there's any chat things, and there is. We had Defunchi say, "Hi, dads. We were just talking about you with some friends. Was streaming Jeff's video game Olympic. Nothing I was too excited about besides Tekken and Virtua Fighter. I'm a fighting game fan, and that was a surprise too, seeing Virtua Fighter come up again. And
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow,
true.
God. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
right.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was
Big Sega IP coming back.
right.
Mhm.
I wonder, was that part of the list of Sega games that they were talking about? You know, they had like a list of games they were gonna like reimagine or something like that. I don't remember that.
I
I
think
don't
it
think
was.
that was on there.
It-
No.
Was that
Mm.
was that earlier this year, Tim? Where they
Uh,
said that, or was that a year ago?
I
I think that was last Game
year.
Awards.
Yeah.
Was it the last Game Awards, or was it this year's Summer Games Fest,
I think,
or last year's Summer
Might have
Games
been
Fest?
last year's Summer Game Fest because there was like this list that Sega was committed
like,
to redoing
"Oh, yeah,
these
Sega's
games.
Bring it back,
Like Crazy Taxi and all that was on. I remember
five, Big Five, or I forget
Yeah.
if they actually explicitly said a number, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're like, just you wait,
Yes.
Sega's
Just
Sega's
you
coming
wait.
in hot, baby.
And we're waiting.
I love that
We're still
tagline.
waiting.
It's all they were the first ones to get a Nintendo Switch 2 developer box, right? So they're all coming to the Switch 2.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Also,
what they're waiting on.
Ebicel's on here talking about that Star Fox Emergence trailer he liked.
Oh yeah, that was sweet. Can you believe that Star Fox drives a Porsche now? I mean, come on.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Play CDs. Play CDs. That was great. That was amazing.
Yeah, he's sore
Where's
because it's not
Adidas
coming
kicks?
to PC yet. That's what it is. If it came to PC, he wouldn't be sore.
Right.
Since we're talking about the nominees now, I do want to bring up a topic with you guys. This was in the news recently. Is that okay?
Go for it.
It's apparently like, did you hear about the whole player choice controversy where people are like, oh, well, let the gamers pick the nominees, and then they have the player's choice, and the player's choice was like, what it was like 4 gachas and Black Myth Wukong or something.
Yeah.
The player's voice. Yeah. Black Myth, Wukong, Genshin Impact, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah, so I voted in those two, and I noticed that right away. I was like, oh, 3 of these are welcome to the Hoyoverse, right?
Yeah. I was following that too. So what I heard is some of those gacha games, there were in-game rewards if you went in and voted for those games and player's
Oh.
choice.
I read Spawnway's video.
So
Look at the politics here.
Fuck.
The politics. Yeah.
That's interesting.
4D chess right there, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I assumed that the reason they were so popular is because I don't know if this was true for years past, but I know that they had opened up votes for China this year. I assumed
that's
that was
probably
kind of
why
part of the reason.
Black
I know
Myth
that,
is
honestly.
there. Black Myth was huge in China.
Well, but
Much
I
better than Follow
imagine,
Suit.
The others
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
but Hoyoverse is a Chinese company,
Mhm.
right?
Like, that's very popular.
Yeah.
in China.
I thought it
So-
was Korean. I could be wrong.
I could be
Yeah,
wrong
that'd
too.
be great.
Don't quote me on anything I say on a podcast. I hear to be a good.
We're gonna get some
podcaster.
actuallys this week.
I hear to be a good podcaster. You have to be really good at putting your foot in your mouth.
Ebicel says
Yeah,
China had
please,
voting
look it
on
up real
9
quick.
different platforms.
Wei Hoyag is a Chinese video game company, so yeah, whoever said Chinese is
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
Go.
There you go.
Got it.
Never any doubt.
You can plant that flag.
So, were there any awards that you thought were just outright wrong? They got it wrong.
What is the award for best director? Like best direction.
Video
What
game
does that
direction.
yeah, what does that what entails getting that award? What's the minutia of it? Do you know?
I mean, games have to have, people managing it, like, just like there are movie directors and TV series directors and showrunners. So
I just wonder
You know,
what
that's-
metrics they use to determine, okay, they directed this game really well. Like, is it sales? Is it like, yeah, like how do they did it finish on target, like making a movie and the director's, responsible for making sure the movie hits these
Perception.
dates? Yeah.
Awarded for
Perception.
outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So sort of a circular definition there a little bit at the end, but yeah.
sounds like
Yeah,
someone who either followed all the textbook rules for making a great game or broke all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised Astrobot got that one, to be honest with you.
Well,
I was surprised to see Balatro there. I don't know how much direction is in
What's
that one.
really-
But
One guy doing all the everything. So
what's really weird about that award is that the exact same games for game direction were the ones for Game of the Year, which I think there's usually a lot of overlap there, but I think this is the first time, and somebody can pounce on me, but this is the first time that both nominee lists were exactly the same.
I can't.
Interesting
I don't have
observation.
that kind of memory to say.
I already tried to fact check you once and I was wrong, so I'm gonna. I don't know.
I thought this was the 4th year of the Game Awards, so
I
Yeah.
did say that nobody would get fat checked if they came into the show. So
But then again, that really does bring into question, like, well, okay, what is this award? I don't know.
That's like I was
Tim-
wondering. I'm like,
go ahead.
no, that was my end of my comment thought. Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Tim, you were asking if we saw any that we think just got it completely wrong. I'm just looking over the list. Balatro getting best mobile game, I think, is nonsense. It's only been on mobile for like 2 months. That shouldn't have even been voted there. It was in so many different categories. The guy won all kinds of awards. Let somebody else get a mobile game, right? Come on now.
all right. Who do you think should have got it? Do you think Pokemon Company should have got it for the pocket game? The game.
I don't know. Is Candy Crush still a thing? I'm sitting here fighting, saying, "Don't give it to Balatro." I don't know, man. I don't actually play mobile games, so I'm just getting fired up for no reason.
Coffee
Say
golf.
Brawl.
There you
Say
go.
Brawl
Coffee
Stars.
golf.
No. Say Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars.
Brawl.
That's
Brawl
what all the
Stars.
kids are.
That's it.
That's what all the kids are playing.
Yep.
So,
I play
So
coffee
you-
golf every day, so I'm going to vote for that one.
All right.
so Kuz, you say Balatro a crime that it won best mobile game.
Right.
I think that it winning best debut indie game kind of really puts. Unfortunately, there were a lot of other good games on that list. I think.
Absolutely.
I would have loved to see somebody else win that award. But it's a kind of a weird thing, right? I think, again, with this show in particular, now you start to see a lot of overlap between these awards, and it's kind of like, well,
Yeah.
okay.
That's always interesting, right? Like if a game takes a quote unquote lesser award earlier on, but there's also multiple games from that same category that are in Game of the Year. They're like, all right, well, the game that didn't get this lesser award, they're not going to get Game of the Year. Check that one off the list, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
Do you think that's how people vote?
Sure.
They're kind of spreading the love in some instances.
I
I
think
think
so.
yeah.
I mean, that's how I personally voted. I don't know if you guys did this at all, but
I actually forgot to do it this year. I've done it prior years,
Yeah.
but this year I forgot to do it.
well,
Yeah.
it's okay because your vote doesn't matter.
It's only
Yeah, I mean-
1/100th
I think it's 10,
of a
10,
per-
I think it's 10%. Is
Okay.
Yeah, no,
community
it holds a
10%.
10% weight. So
So wait, so every vote that we do is only 10% of the. That's
the
so
collective.
the entire
collective,
population,
yeah.
The
right?
Good lord.
collective.
The collective.
Well, if it was all community vote, Wuthering Waves would have won every game.
Right.
So
Oh
it's
my
like
God, bro, yeah.
they got to rein that in somehow.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm on that list.
I'm only doing this because I'm a grammar stickler, but it's wuthering. Wuthering waves.
All right.
Not wuthering
Yeah.
like Jeff and his co-host were butchering.
I don't even know
it,
what that
like,
game is, to be honest
Hey,
with you.
man,
So
there's
if I
just a
said it
Yeah,
wrong,
hey,
I don't know.
same.
O on the teleprompter, man. That's all it was.
Same. I had no idea what it was, but come on, say the dang name right. Have some
Wuthering?
pride, man.
It's wuthering.
Yeah, Jeff was worried that he was getting trolled by the Muppets. That's what he was worried about.
That was
Well,
awesome.
did you-
So much better than Gonzo. Gonzo could take a hike. Last year
When-
he sucked.
Jeff's obsessed
Yeah.
with the Muppets. I swear to
Yeah,
God,
tell
every
Gonzo
year
to go
I thought they
pound
were pretty
sand.
funny this year. A lot of self-deprecating humor there, so I think that
loved
was
it.
pretty good.
It's all stuff
Yeah.
Jeff heard and was like, "Here, go ahead,
It's-
have fun
Yeah.
with it."
Well,
There's a DLC nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a
it
lifetime
was al-
achievement award.
it was almost like Jeff wrote those jokes himself.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's fun.
He's self-aware. Like I think he put a tweet of like
It-
that children's cartoons did something, and then everyone was like, "Wow, you actually read your tweets, Jeff." Okay.
Speaking of being self-aware, let's pause for a moment and talk about some of the things he did touch on that he got criticized for, either during the summer or last year's show, which was bringing up the industries, the state of the industry.
So-
Go ahead.
So I was going to say basically the entire show. It felt like he was kind of like, "Oh, you guys say this about me? Well, here you go. I'm doing better." Like, so that my first gut instinct was like, "Ah, geez, he's doing whatever." But as I've sat more with it, I think it was actually really awesome that he did all of that. And I think the biggest thing of all was that kind of that surprise award that he gave to and again, I think I missed the beginning, but that guy who basically gave all those developers an outlet for looking for new jobs, the ones that got laid off,
Yeah.
was
Yeah, that's very
is
awesome.
that, is
That
it
was
just
nice.
something that he kind of popped out of the blue and did, or was he a former game developer too, or where did he kind of come from?
He was a journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been in the industry for a while. But I was pumped with that guy because
That is awesome.
that guy's from the town over from where I live. Like, I work in the same town as that guy. Is like
Nice.
Farmington, Connecticut popped up. I'm like, hey, I know that tree. Yeah.
Category in the website was just something he made up on the spot. 'Cause that's cool.
Yeah, he built that with some tools and
I
knowledge he
appreciate it,
had.
you know,
Yeah. No, I mean,
like, I
again,
got
that
laid off earlier this year.
It was really cool. I thought that was nice.
Mm.
it was incredible, and again, you can take again, I did too. My first reaction was kind of a cynical take on the whole thing, like, well, Jeff's just doing a whole CYA, you know. But again, I think it worked out really well, and thinking back, I was like, yeah, it was good that he did all of that.
Right.
The Muppets, the award, everything.
And
so.
the comments he made too seem pretty like just acknowledging the state of the industry and understanding that it's going to be polarizing. So, and then other people also had comments throughout the show, obviously funny comments or even serious comments. So, but I think,
Yeah, that Oracle speech at the end was really good.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was glad to see that throughout the theme of the show, how they were kind of acknowledging, hey, this kind of state of the industry and what it's been doing to basically, like, tell your workers, go pound sand, within like a drop of a dime, without any notice or any kind of kind of taking care of them, that, it's got to stop because, it's not sustainable.
100%.
Yeah.
Did he get criticized for that last year where he didn't announce it?
He just ignoring it.
Yeah,
Not really.
he didn't know how to
acknowledging
approach it.
stuff.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
No, I think it was good. And then I think also with him, I don't think anybody was like rushed off the stage in
No.
14 seconds or anything like
There,
that.
there was
So
no.
it was, and I'd have to go back and look, like, how did they balance out that time, right? Because they had to find some more time somewhere, right?
Yeah,
It
you're-
shows the same length. So did they do some more quicker announcements or maybe less on
I think that's what
stage
they
or
did was
something?
they sped up some of the awards that they gave to people because there was like one section where he just kind of spat out a list of
Yeah.
winners.
That's what the Muppets are talking about that.
Yeah,
You're
they
like,
made
hey,
fun of
there's
it.
more awards like that. Yeah.
Right.
And then Kojima didn't have like a 20-minute speech this year or whatever he had last year. I
Yeah.
think that would have helped
Thank
out. So.
goodness.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna say, was there any like long speeches this year? 'Cause, you know,
Nope. Nobody had
no
any
one had
Nah,
to speak.
crying
no, that-
moments
Yeah.
either.
He self-corrected
Like the
from
God of War guy.
Kratos a couple years ago. Yeah, he kind of ruined it for
Was he
everybody.
here
And then
just
it,
the war show?
pendulum swung back the other way, and now I think we're kind of back in the middle a little bit, which is good.
Was he here this year? The Kratos VA, or was he here?
No.
I didn't see
He
him.
wasn't on stage. He might have been in the audience, but I didn't see him.
He was not a
That's
perception.
I'm blanking on the guy's name. I feel bad.
So was there,
Stargate SG-1.
were you guys
guy.
surprised to see Harrison Ford there?
No.
Yes.
That
I
guy
was-
That part of the show.
now.
So I didn't know he was there. I have to go back and watch it and see.
I
Yeah.
saw how they brought him out. I thought he'd come out with Troy Baker,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Was he drunk?
after. Yeah,
He
he
was
was
kind of
No.
tipsy.
No.
He lost his spot on the
Yeah.
teleprompter at some point. He's 80-something years old, man. I'm glad they didn't have to
like-
wheel him out.
Like Harrison Ford, isn't he like 80?
Yeah, well, being
he's
old
older
and being
than Tatum
drunk is
right
not
here, like,
mute.
goddamn, right?
Being old and being drunk is not mutually exclusive.
Right.
I'm
It's
like,
yeah.
looking guy. Someone's talking.
True. And
True.
I think he's known to drink. So.
Yeah, you can still drink at 80. Yeah. So, yeah.
He's 82 years old. God, that guy is knocking on heaven's
Well, he was
door.
doing well up there. He was having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
seemed like he
was.
was having fun.
Yeah. Did he seem like he's in a good mood? Because Harrison Ford, I'd say 75% of the time, seems pissed off.
Yeah.
Uh,
You hear those stories too, where he's like, "I hate Star Wars."
yeah. And like, dude,
That's
That
why
pays
I think
your
he was
mortgage.
drinking. I think he was
embrace
drinking.
it.
That's why he's
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah.
It's off topic, but then I remember how like Steam World got him to do like the direct for them or something. There's the Ford that did that.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one.
I could've sworn it was
If
him.
Harrison Ford is mad about Star Wars, he should imagine how Nick Nolte feels. He stole the role of Han Solo from him.
All right. Any
Well,
other
well-
standout awards or anything else stand out to you guys?
Can I check really quick?
I don't think so.
What stood out to me was 32 years of Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
What in the
32 years?
world?
Wait, what
You
about
talk
that?
about making me feel old. He's
Right.
like 10 years of Game Awards and 32 years of Snoop Dogg. I said, what in the world? That guy's been around for 32 years?
Yep. He does his new song and then he says, "All right, I'm gonna
Amazing.
go back to
Like
my
it's
Goes back to
1993
gin and
song."
juice.
Yeah.
Man.
I remember like his song playing at like my high school prom. Yeah. That,
Right?
like, yeah. Like this and like that. And,
Can you do the dance like this, like the GIF? You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? The GIF meme? That'd be
Yeah.
great. You know what I'm talking about? No?
Awesome.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, he's in Fortnite right now as a skin, him and Eminem.
Yes.
So, and they just recently did a Times Square concert where Snoop came out at Times Square and sung live and everything, and gave respect to Epic Games and Fortnite, and so
I
that is
just-
I mean,
just love
he's
that
he's
Eminem-
everywhere. My daughter's
he's in the
9,
T-Mobile
and she's like,
commercial.
oh, there's Snoop, and she's like, I'm like, do you even know who he's like a gangster rapper, and now he's like
Yeah.
on Fortnite.
Well,
I
he's
don't
got a
know.
kindergarten
Blows my
song.
mind.
Hey, nowadays,
crazy.
Yeah.
He's got a song for kids out there that the kids are loving.
It's crazy.
He's on his, he's got his own like wine now.
What a career trajectory for that guy.
19
right?
crimes.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, 19 crime.
Very, like,
So-
he's very like mid down stuff. It's not
Have
like-
y'all had
it's
that
not like
wine?
in the 80s or, like,
Yeah,
you know,
You've had it?
you go to the
You've had the
store
wine?
and his face is right next to Martha Stewart's.
I have
Uh,
that cookbook,
somebody-
by the way.
God.
I got that for Christmas last year.
Somebody
There you
told me
go.
because somebody told me the 19 crimes, because if you drink the wine and you get the
Yeah.
bottle and you scan it, it'll
Yeah.
bring up like a crime by an actual person that was committed, and that's where that came from and everything. And so
No,
while you're
it-
drinking
it-
wine, you can read about the crime that was committed, and that's where it comes from.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's really funny that Martha Stewart is on one of those bottles now too. It's supposed to be I don't know if it's an Australian wine or not, but they're supposed to prior to that campaign, they're supposed to all be Australian penal colonists
Okay.
going to Australia because for the crimes that they had committed.
Oh, because I know Australia was founded, by like
Yeah.
criminals, and so
But and again, you see the exception for Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart, which is I've had both, and I would recommend both. Actually, they're both quite good. So
they're good
Welcome
wine.
to the
Okay,
Random
Yes.
Facts with Hootz podcast.
Yeah.
you know,
Did they make
The
a Pinot
problem-
Grigio?
no, it's a Chardonnay. It's a
They do Chardonnay, but no Pinot Grigio. Do they do a Sauvignon Blanc?
I don't know.
50 questions
they,
with Solo.
They have a lot. I mean, they've got
because I'm a
19
wino. I drink wine, so that's why I'm like I want to try it. Yeah,
I mean, you go 19 crimes.
Pegged you for a wino solo.
there you go.
See, my issue is I drink
Sit.
everything. So,
I'll own it.
Is that a red wine you're talking about, or a white wine? I'm more of a red
Well,
wine.
before
White
we
wine.
got
Yeah,
off
if you
on
can
these
do red,
different
you can
wines,
do Merlot. You could do Cabernet. Okay, all right. I'll
before
stop.
we got on all those different
Sorry,
wines,
I
you
was
guys brought
curious.
up
I
Snoop
had
Dogg,
one at my holiday party.
but you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
also we're talking about the music. So, was there anything else about did you guys like about the music, like the?
Oh, that's my favorite thing about Game Awards. I'm so glad you asked him. I
You want a
love
flute guy?
the whole night. I just was telling Solo, and when we were on with Zablanc, I was like, that montage they do at the end of the Game Awards where they take all the Game of the Year nominees and they take a little snippet of all their music and put it together, and they get Flute Guy out there and he's rocking out.
Oh yeah.
And it's such an awesome like crescendo to the event and a cool celebration. And I like to see how they transition from one game to the next. And I was so interested to see what they were gonna do with Balatro because it's
I was
the
thinking,
music on that game is like none of the others.
the
They
did
guitar,
very
baby.
well getting
That's
that
when
in
they
there.
busted out the keytar.
Yeah,
Yes.
the guitar's rocking in. So yeah, I think that's super
Sick.
cool.
It was very cool. I
Yeah.
think they
I was
did
thinking,
a
how
good
many
job
songs
bringing
are
that in.
Balatro? It has like a whole soundtrack, right?
It has maybe like a
It's-
song and a half.
It's like one song
Yeah.
Oh my
that they
God.
just
I
hit play
also
on loop.
liked. I also liked the song that they sang. Like there was a lady singing it first, and then there was a guy singing, and then it went to the
That-
orchestra.
Was it
Yeah.
from Arcane?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yes.
And
Yep.
then
Oh, yeah.
they closed out with the 21 Pilots.
Yeah. Then it went with the 21 Pilots song. Yeah. Yep.
The Arcane win. This kind of jumping. Is
that a cat?
The Arcane One adaptation. I heard is a very.
Oh,
good
did you hear
story.
my
It's a
cat?
pretty good shot.
I was gonna say that wasn't a cat. That was just flatulence.
Yeah. He didn't. I was watching him. He didn't lean to the left or to the right. So yeah, I was like, yeah, it had to be like an actual cat.
No, that was my cat, Flatulence.
She's in here yelling at me like, "What are you doing?"
Uh,
You guys mentioned Arcade. Is that a good series? I should really get into that too or something.
Yeah, it's a Netflix
seen it.
series.
Yeah, I watched the first season. First season is really, really good. I would recommend watching it. Yeah, definitely. Second season's off to a good
That's
start.
a
too.
League of Legends show, right?
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah,
funny,
they-
Got
every
it.
time I bring it up, people are like, "I should play League," and everyone's like, "No."
I watched a clip of that, and I was just like, it was a clip of two characters kind of doing a montage of showing them bonding, and that one of the smaller character, I don't know if it was a child or anything like that, was kind of gave up their life to save the other person. And it was very touching, and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch that show. It looks.
I
pretty
heard you
good.
don't really need
would
to know
enjoy
anything
this,
about League of Legends to watch it.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
So,
I never played League of Legends or LOL, so
I'll
yeah,
check it out.
I've yeah,
think-
and you can enjoy the show without playing LOL.
That's good.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, we can stay here and keep talking about this all night, but what I can do is end the show because I think we got a lot of good in to talk about it. So the listeners will have something to listen to. You guys don't have to listen to it because you were here. So
I just love listening to your voice. I'll listen back. Hey, before we go, just one last thing. I'm just so thankful that we have these game awards. Like, give it critique it all you want, but this is awesome. You know, especially around Christmas time, we get these game announcements. It's like presents, and we don't really have any E3 anymore. Summer's kind of lame. These game awards, it's so great that we get these. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
yeah, definitely, I agree.
I'd have to
Yeah.
agree.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
like
wholeheartedly agree.
now that we don't E3 anymore, this is all we got when it comes to game announcements. We technically have summer games, but that's
It's a very
And
it's a
all
really
over
I'm
good
not
amount
a
of new stuff always, world premieres and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
I still kind of miss
and
E3. but
I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I'm happy for Astrobot. You know, for the team and everything that they all the work that they put into it. I mean, mainly, I'm just glad that the PlayStation has a third game that everyone wants to play now.
I also kind of
Right?
hope it brings a
I mean, it's
message to
that
Sony.
Spider-Man and Call of Duty, right?
There
Let's
might be
see.
a
You
couple
can go
more.
out. Yeah, you can go out. Let's say you can play your Stellar Blade. You can go and play.
Final
What else
God
you
of
Fantasy.
can
War.
do? Yeah,
You can
Final
play Metaphor,
Fantasy. Yeah, you can play.
Fantasio.
Yeah, yep,
You can play
yeah.
Balatro out there too
Yeah,
if you really
you can
wanted
play if
to.
you want to do the Rise of Ronin. If you want to play that, and there's another historically based game. So
Don't play
yeah, there's a
that.
lot of
Don't
yeah.
play.
It's actually that's actually a good game. Yeah.
I'm just
So
joking.
Yeah, I hope
I know y'all having fun.
So there's a
So
little bit for everybody in the show because there's a little bit of
Sure.
Xbox, there's a little
yeah,
bit of PlayStation, and although Nintendo didn't have any first party stuff, there is some things to play on the Switch still to come. So, or the Switch 2, whichever one you prefer.
I was
So,
gonna say
but
real
I
quick,
agree with you, Kuz. I enjoy watching these, even though I know I've grown to learn that more than likely I'm not going to get anything from Nintendo out of it, but I get everything out of it for this industry that I love and been a part of in some way, shape, or form. And especially to be able to hang out with you guys and the community to talk about it like this is
It's-
Oh,
awesome
for
too.
sure.
It's GOTY
Same.
season, man.
Yes.
Best time of the year.
Yep. And then that will also lead into the Nintendo Dads Game of the Year, and where we ask all of you guys here and in the community to give us your top 10 so we can add to the list of what was your top games of the year. The Nintendo Dads have always been thinking about, should we have our own awards and all that kind of stuff. We haven't done that, but sometimes I think because of the Game Awards not having as much for, say, the family or the Nintendo community, because it's all spread out in the Game Awards, we thought maybe there is an opportunity there. But we know that we have our friends in other shows that also do awards, like the Carpool Gaming. They do their awards. Megadads, I think, might do some stuff too. Seth has done some awards. I don't know if he's going to do again this year because of changes on his show, but there's other people who give great awards for Nintendo stuff, so I advise go checking them out too. But before we leave, besides Kuz, if there's anybody else who wants to give one last thing about the show, and also to mention, if you want, ways that people can find you and maybe chat with you, go for it. So Solo, I'll say go first.
Okay. No, I just appreciate. Thanks for having me on the show. Always a pleasure to come in and see all the other dads here. I always enjoy hearing everybody's opinions and conversations. Yeah, definitely glad that we have these awards, and I'm sure there's going to be years where there's absolutely nothing on there for me that I want to play, but I'm so happy to see everybody, find stuff that they can be happy about, and I can just love seeing gamers be excited. So excited for them when they can have those moments. And as far as finding me, I'm not on Twitter anymore, or X. Got off of there. About to be on Blue Sky, and so I'm jumping my way over to there. As far as like right now, yeah, I'm on the no, it always feels like Mutant University X. But anyways, I'm about to be on the I'm not about to be. I'm actually on right now. I'm just in Discords, and on the Discords I'm on, always go by like Solo. I dropped to something a long time ago, but yeah, so just how you can find me.
Nice. All right, Vic, you want to talk about your channel because you do a lot of Tetris stuff and other things. You want to talk about where people can find you?
Yeah, for sure. I have a Twitch. It's VictarisGX, same as my Discord handle. I also have a YouTube. I only have one video on there right now, hoping to flesh that out more in the future. But I feel like I should also mention that in addition to participating in this Discord server, I am also a member of our sister server, Retro Logic, and I am one of the co-hosts on the Film Logic podcast, in which myself, uh, uh, I'm sorry, myself, Adam,
And Mike.
Mike, yeah,
Logic?
and Ivy, yes. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm brand new to the show. I just had a brain fart, but please, please watch our show. We talk about the state of movies, TV shows. We've kind of been getting on an anime kick as of late. Yeah, we talk about what's been good, past, present. We also have a bi-weekly show called To Be Decided, where we roast absolutely god-awful movies that you can only find on the Tubi streaming service. We got 2 episodes out right now. So yeah, I would highly encourage anyone to to give it a listen.
Awesome. Glad to hear you're on there. That also means I need to put you in our host channel. So since you're on
All
the
right.
show. All right. Thanks a lot. Hootz, where can people find you, and any last comments about the show, about the award show?
Yeah. I mean, again, award show just in general, better than I was expecting. I miss a little bit of the campiness that it had when it was first getting its legs. But
You
again,
miss
now
razor,
the polish
the
is,
razor walking around in the background, and doing the
well, or
impromptu commercials.
yeah, and just letting Joseph Ferris get all liquored up and giving him a microphone and seeing what happens. But
Right.
no, good show this year. I'd check it out if you're into that sort of thing. As far as where you can find me, I am a member of the Backlog Busters podcast, and right now we are hard at work developing the Backlog Bingo card for 2025. And if you've got a backlog and you don't know how to chip away at it, like I didn't know how to chip away at it 2 years ago when I first discovered these guys, I'd recommend checking us out in the month of January. It's the best time to join, personally. So yeah, you can, if you search on your podcast feed for Backlog Busters, you'll find us. I think there are lots of similar names out there. So our icon is kind of a yellow background with a gentleman with no hair on top but a healthy beard. And then I guess we also have our GOTY discussions coming up here soon. But what I like about our show is that it's not necessarily games that came out in the year of 2024, but it's just games that we played this year. So again, if that's more your speed, I'd encourage you to come listen to us. And finally, I also have a Twitch account, and I know the Nintendo dads are playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 this month. I don't know when yet. I haven't figured it out. But I'm hoping to stream a little bit of that game during the month of December as well. If you're in the Nintendo Dads Discord, I'll try to share my news when that's going to happen in that location, somewhere in there. Don't know yet.
I'll definitely check out your podcast tomorrow.
No,
it's is huge as hell.
Yeah, I'd encourage you to check it out. It was in my mind, like, the bingo card was a game changer for me, personally. But I'm grateful that they let me on the show, and I just want to say thanks to the Nintendo dads because you guys are a huge inspiration to me personally. I probably wouldn't even have pursued anything like what I'm doing right now if it weren't for you guys. So you guys are awesome.
Awesome. I hope these guys hear that. So it's good to always hear that kind of stuff. So Jesse, Justin, Marty, hopefully you heard that. All right, Mecca, where can people find you, and any last words on the award show?
I'm a nobody. Don't worry about me.
Don't say that.
Well, you're
You're the
here,
man, dude.
You're the
Yeah, I
man.
was say.
Yes, you're our pony
you got-
man.
You got a cool in real life name.
Yeah, it's those. You can find me, I guess, anywhere on Blue Sky or Twitter, MechaJagger101. I used to stream often, but I work kind of got in the way of it. I hope to get back to it soon. I just gotta figure out my capture card thing right now. It's kind of, I think I tried to set it up before, but it was kind of like acting up, so I gotta look into it right now. But eventually, I would love to get back to streaming, maybe when I'm a little bit more, I get my life a little more organized. But yeah, you could find me there.
Believe
on,
me, we
like,
all
on
understand.
Twitter and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relatable.
like that. I don't know if I have any, I mean, I don't know if I have any to plug, but this Game Wars is great. I'm happy that by one. I was about to say one last thing. It's great that it won because it will show Sony that you don't need to make like a narrative story game and stuff. You could just make a simple um platformer to be good and stuff. So that's good to see them do that. But yeah, I will prolong this. I guess you can just stay tuned whenever I get back to streaming. I'll figure it out and stuff and everything.
Cool.
I'll let Tim will be the first one to know. He could tell you guys and everything.
Well, stay tuned in the Discord channels too. I always post it there. So,
Yeah.
very cool. All right, Hambone.
Awesome. Well, first, thanks everybody tonight spending some time with me. Appreciate all you guys. Thanks for the opportunity to come and chat some games. It's always a good time. You can find me on Discord or on X at Hambone Jonny. I'm going to be looking for some Elden Ring Night Rain folks to play with. Hit me up. If you just want to DM me your favorite circus, you can also let me know about that. And yeah, we've got a couple of things working in the background as well. But yeah, Hambone Jonny, and I'll pass it over to Kev.
Just say DM me your favorite circus.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to do the
Murder-
MDK
Well,
circus.
Circus.
Do you
I
mean
know of a
circus,
pretty
like
amazing digital
Ripley's
one.
Carnival Circus or just
Yeah.
No, he's talking MDK, murder, death, kill.
Any
I don't know
circus,
what that is.
Mecca.
I'm sorry.
I'll take it.
Should I know what that is or something?
It's all good, man.
Just think Post Malone, circuses, and murder. And then you're all set.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for this or something.
Go ahead, Kuzi.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I came on this show because I was told that the Nintendo dads would be on here, and yeah, I haven't seen Justin since Nintendo Live when we went to Ray's Boom Boom Room. But hey, Tim's here, and he's my favorite Nintendo dad, so that'll work. You can. I had a blast. Thank you for having me on. You can find me everywhere at BobCoozy. That's BobCoozy, not to be confused with the old white basketball player, but I play basketball just like him. But I do stupid videos on YouTube and TikTok that are fun but dumb, but I have fun making them. Hey, I've got 99 subscribers on YouTube, and you're not one. So if you could just, I'm missing one more to have 100 subscribers on YouTube. That'd make my day if you could subscribe to me. Also, little birdie told me that Drew Defusco is going to be on your show next week on the 19th. So I want to promote him and say, go listen to the Nintendo Dads next week for Drew. It'll be, he's always fun. So.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks again, guys.
Awesome. I'm glad you all were able to join. Thank you very much, because that would have been a lonely show for me because of all the other dads bailing on me. So.
Well, like I said, I thought you were trying to contract out the show to us. I thought you were trying to go to bed.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. Jesse's
All you gotta
on
do
a
is-
trip, and then Justin and Marty, life stuff in the way. Like you were talking about Mecca, they couldn't join because it was going to be too late of a thing for them, and life has been very hectic for them. So
Yeah, man, don't panic. Just throw on the bat signal. Yeah, we'll we'll come
So
calling.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You guys all jumped in and were like, yeah, let's talk about it. So awesome. And thanks for everybody who stopped by, like Ebizel, Miz, and John Blanco even stopped by asking about Coos, is your shirt a Home Alone reference? And I said, yes.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I don't see the chat. Hey, Blanco. Yeah.
Off topic. I think next week is a dinner table too.
Yeah, I'm the same way. All I see is y'all. I don't never look at chat.
All right, so let me just round this out by playing the music that you probably can't hear, but I'm going to round it out by doing the normal closing that we do. So first, a huge thank you to all our Patreon producers, Dave Ernsberger, Jacqueline Amira, and I need to turn it down. It's super loud.
Rock that mic.
That's right. All right. So, next, a special thank you to our Twitch subscribers and our Twitch followers, and a shout out to our YouTube subscribers. We're getting close to 8,000 of those YouTube subscribers, so please pass it on, get people to subscribe to us so we can get over that 8,000 mark. Thank you, everyone. We would not be here.
$8,000, yeah, well,
Yeah,
very nice.
$8,000, right?
And you're not voted for Content Creator of the Year?
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to everybody who showed up here. Thank you very much. Also, don't forget about going to NintendoDads.org for a list of Nintendo Dads family of podcasts or other recommended podcasts like the Star Wars Dad, the Mega Dads, Dad Crossing, the Retro Logic and their family of podcasts, like what Vic mentioned, the Film Logic show. We also have our latest YouTube videos and tweets, links to all of our social media, Patreon, and Extra Life pages, and Nintendo Dads merch. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Manscaped. Get 20% off your Manscaped order with free shipping with the code NINDADS, NINDADS. You can email us at nintendodads@gmail.com or call in and leave a voicemail at 929-25-NDADS, NDADS, or that's 929-256-3237. Big thanks to OC Remix for the music throughout the show. Download from your favorite podcast app of choice, and please leave us a 5-star and a comment review, especially on Spotify. We started following and getting those wrapped for the podcast, and it's been very cool to see our numbers go up there. So love to see some more, and thank you for everybody who showed up here. For BobCoozy, for Hambone, for Hootz, for Mega Dragon, for Solo, for Vic, and for an absent Marty, Jesse, and Justin. It's me, Tim, and Nintendo Dads. We'll check you later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks again, Tim. Talk
This
to
is
you soon.
awesome.
Thank you
I
for
enjoyed it.
listening
You guys
to
are
real
All right, have a good night.
Nintendo
Right
Dads.
off of Plushie. I was like, oh, I should do that because he does it in the show.
Yeah, I'm going to go check my eyelids for holes. Y'all get some good sleep. Night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Yep.
Thanks, Tim.
Night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.